What's good? What is good? Mikey T, the movie star, here tonight. We're back. We're back for episode 2. Episode 2 of the day. About to twist myself something up. We're back for episode 2. Let me just episode 2 of the day. About to twist myself something up. We're back for episode 2. We're back for episode 2. My bad, you guys. Like I said, joint was twisted open in a bunch of different screens. Excuse me, guys. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, y'all? Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm about to roll up a little gas while we get started. We got We got a major topic to cover. You know what I'm saying? We got a topic to cover that actually goes into all the speculation of issues. With the Lobby Boyz and Hassan Campbell. Now, we all know Hassan Campbell has had issues with Maino in the past. We all know that. He's had issues with Maino in the past. We know that he's actually apologized about those issues as well. We know that he's done that on several different occasions with several different rappers. But tonight, we're actually going to speak on the fact that he touched on a relationship with Jim Jones and Maino that I don't know if he really knew the true details behind. Because just last week on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, Gillie the Kid actually had the Lobby Boyz. The Lobby Boyz actually attended $1 Million Worth of Game channel to promote their new album. And while they were there, they actually spoke on this past beef. That Hassan is saying Jim Jones linked with Maino because he was bullied. It looks like he's got the story just a little bit wrong, you guys. It seems to me that Hassan may have the story just a little bit wrong. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. That is one of the major topics of the night. Of course, everybody in here knows about what's been going on with Gillie the Kid and Wack 100. Of course, everybody knows about what's been going on with Gillie the Kid and Wack 100. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, sharing this video. I'm about to roll something up so we can get started. I'm rolling up some Drunken Monkey. That's the strain I got right now, you guys. If anybody's wondering what's Mikey T blazing on tonight, I'm blazing on some of that Drunken Monkey. Appreciate you for tapping in, Robbie. Much love, Robbie, on the tap in. Make sure you hit that like button when you tap in. Make sure you put it up in the chat where you're tapping in from, what city and state you're tapping in from. Make sure you let me know what city and state you guys are tapping in from. And I will read that out. Let me know what strain you're smoking on tonight. Let's go. We got Toledo. Ohio up in here tonight. Much love to Toledo. Ohio. Appreciate you for tapping in all the way from there. Let me see. 1 second. Let me just get everything Gucci over here. Okay. New Jersey, what's up? New Jersey? New York loves Mikey T. Robbie, I appreciate that. We got Phoenix. in the building tonight. Okay. Much love to Phoenix. I'm twisting something up, about to put something good in the air. Rolling up a big old blunt for tonight's show, you guys. What is going on? We got a lot to cover tonight. We got a lot to cover tonight. Let me get this good kush. Let me get this good kush rolled up. Far Rock's up in here. Far Rock's up in here. Much love to Far Rock in the building tonight. About to get New York's in the building. Okay. What up, Andre? Yeah, I'm smoking on some Drunken Monkey right now. Smoking out this eighth right now. Smoking out this eighth right now, you guys. Drunken Monkey, if anybody's been wondering what I'm smoking on. If anybody's wondering what I'm smoking on, I'm on the Drunken Monkey tonight. Good old gas. Everybody share this video. We got some hot topics to speak on tonight. We got some shit to speak on tonight. Let me know when you're lighting up, bro. Much love to Dallas. Much love to Dallas in the building tonight. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with me. Got two major topics to speak on. Two major topics to speak on. Everybody go ahead, share this video. Share this video. We got Louisville, Kentucky up in here. Much love to Louisville. Much love to Louisville. Let me get this twisted up. Let me get this twisted up. Let me get this sparked up. Time to spark up, you guys. Time to spark up, you guys. Let's get this live rolling right. Let's get this live rolling right, you guys. You know, Jay Prince actually had something to say. Jay Prince actually responded to what Wack 100 said already. It was actually been posted all over different social media at this point. It's actually been posted all over different social media at this point. Jay Prince actually said, everybody wants the smoke until it comes. Quit screaming, Pyru, Officer Rat 100. They don't claim you, Rat. They don't claim you, Rat. You're a clubhouse. You're a clubhouse gangbanger with 2 members that can't walk in your own hood. Jay Prince went in on Wack 100. Wack responded, and Jay Prince already got back at him within hours, you guys. Within hours, Jay Prince responded to Wack 100. Yep, we're going to talk about Hassan Campbell and the Lobby Boyz as well tonight. That's right. That's one of our main topics tonight. Hassan Campbell and the Lobby Boyz. Hassan Campbell actually did a live where he spoke on the Lobby Boyz. He spoke a little bit quickly. You know what I mean? He spoke a little bit soon, just like Wack 100 did. He spoke a little soon, just like Wack 100 did. He spoke on the fact that the Lobby Boyz, they had an issue before they came together. But he kind of misinterpreted the issue because the general public pretty much knows that Jim Jones was getting dissed by Maino. The general public pretty much knows that Maino was the aggressor in the diss. You know what I mean? Hell, I think it's because everybody knows Maino was the guy on the come up. Maino was the rapper on the come up. Why would Jim Jones be dissing him when Jim Jones has been working hard to get all of his albums out there and sell units? Jim Jones didn't need to make his album sales off of beef records. He didn't have the same type of career as 50 Cent. Hell, we all know when Jim Jones went through it with Max B, he didn't even want to address Max B. I need everybody to share this video. I need everybody to share this video. I need everybody to support the channel. Hit the like button. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from, you guys. Yeah, and put it up in the chat. That's what you do. You put it in the chat. What city and state you're tapping in from, what you're blazing. Blue Red says Hassan wants to be a lobby boy. Queen, we got New York up in here. We got New York up in here. Queens get the money. We got Queens up in here tonight. Much love to Queens on the tap in. Blue Red said he's smoking on that Reggie. All right, man. Good luck with that. I hope your high kicks in after 2 or 3 blunts. Smoking on some black cherry gelato. Okay. Damn, everybody in New York is smoking Reggie, I guess. Everybody in New York is smoking Reggie. Staten Island, I think, just said they were smoking Reggie. You and Pete Davidson out there smoking Reggie. West Philly's in the building. Much love to you on the tap in. Much love to you on the tap in, bro. Much love to you on the tap-in. Loud pack. Okay, the loud pack is in BX. All right, that's what I like to hear, bro. That gives me a little bit of, you know what I mean? That gives me a little bit of comfort. Comfort, you know what I'm saying? Chris, what's good? NYC, real smoker, smoking gas. What you smoking on? I'm smoking on this right here, y'all, tonight. I'm actually on the Drunken Monkey tonight. Pretty good strain, I'm not going to lie. Pretty good strain. Pretty good strain, I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying it. Wack has made a lot of enemies in cities that he got to do business in. Wack has made a lot of enemies with people that he should be more focused with working with as well. You know what I mean? It's kind of ridiculous. Papito's in here. Papito's in here. Whoever's smoking on Reggie, you need to put the bud down, beloved. Everybody go ahead and share this video, man. Everybody go ahead and share this video. Appreciate y'all on the tap-in tonight. Definitely appreciate everybody on the tap-in. Let me see. Yes. There we go. What's up, Rock Dunn? Appreciate you for tapping in, Rock. What's going on, everybody? What's up, everybody in the chat? Hope everybody's smoking good tonight. Second stream of the day. Wanted to come on here for a second stream, you guys. Tap in with all the people, y'all. You know I'm smoking. You know I'm talking my shit. You know I'm doing it like nobody else can do it. There we go. There we go. Let's see what's up with this one. Can't crack that, dude. Can't crack that shit right there. Justin says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but he will never hurt me. But some of that Reggie weed will definitely hurt me. Reggie is that headache, bud. That's right. Everybody share this video. We'll get started in here in a few minutes. I'm just going to smoke my good kush. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to smoke my good kush. We'll get started in a few minutes. I might have to pop one of these bottles, man. Nope. Loud is not just to impress girls. Oh, hell no. I mean, if you're just smoking to impress girls, I mean, they ain't impressed naturally by smoking, man. I don't think no chicks are really impressed by smoking, man. What's up with you, Aki? What's happening with you, man? Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Executive sessions. Everybody go ahead, hit that like button. Share this video with at least one friend. Share this video with at least one friend. Well, that's what one dude said who said he was smoking Reggie, Chris. So don't really read too much into that. That dude said he was smoking Reggie anyways. That dude said he was smoking Reggie anyways. Smoke loud with girls. Bro, most of the girls I even mess with don't even like to smoke. They be more advanced than that, bro. They be like trying to do something with their life. You know what I mean? Smoking is for like. What up, Big Facts? What up, Papito? When you guys tap in here, make sure you hit that star emoji. When y'all tap in here, make sure you hit that star emoji. That's my emoji, the movie star. Yeah. Oh, you're a woman, Rock? My bad. Yeah, nah, one of my girls used to smoke. One of my girls used to smoke back in the day, but then she quit because she realized that shit was holding her back. She was like, "Man, I'm trying to do things with my life. I'm trying to get to the bag." So she was like, "I ain't smoking like that no more." Smoking slows some people down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some people be saying that. They're like, "Smoking slows me down a little bit." Just in case says, "What was everybody smoking at first?" Reggie. Well, I mean, that's what Walla was making fun of Gillie for, smoking Reggie and shit like that. Man, you was smoking Reggie. Why? Because you could get 7 G's for 25. You was smoking Reggie. Why? Because you could get 7 G's for 25. Big Factsville says, "I'm a drinker, never smoked." Everybody share this video. If you mess with the kid, share this video. We'll get started in a little bit. I'm just waiting on some people to pour up in here and shit. We got a couple major topics to speak on. Jay Prince already went off on Wack 100 for responding to his whole interview. Buffalo, what's up? We got Buffalo in the building. Much love to Buffalo on the tap in tonight. Major love to Buffalo on the tap in. Hassan Campbell was on live talking a little bit of shit earlier. He mentioned the Lobby Boyz. Got me to thinking, it looks like we've got a little bit of an issue here. You guys, because we've got two of the biggest names in the industry right now when it comes to these YouTube streets. Or, I think Diddy, I think somebody like Puff would consider it the dirty sector of YouTube. You know, there's two different dirty sectors of YouTube. There's what Hassan Campbell considers to be the dirty sector of YouTube. And then there is what Puff Daddy considers to be the dirty sector of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or do I need to dive into it a little bit more? Do I need to bring you all into the world of them big boys from the music industry and let them know how they really feel about some of these guys who just put anything in their titles, who just talk about anything without actually listening to it and hearing it for themselves? We got to what do we got to do, Big Factsville? It looks like we gotta, I ain't even gonna say it. It's like when Gillie didn't get the check to join G Unit, he wasn't gonna finish it. I'll finish it if you sign that check. We ain't going there with it, man. You know, Hassan Campbell spoke on Maino. He spoke on Jim Jones. He spoke on what was going on between these guys. And he seemed to get the story wrong. Just like Wack 100 spoke on Gillie's interview with Jay Prince. He didn't even watch the interview in full. 90 minutes too long for you to sit down and study somebody who may be talking about you? Was 90 minutes too long for Hassan Campbell to actually go and watch the interview on $1 Million Worth of Game? Blue Red says Hassan Campbell lives in the burbs but comes to the hood for what? Hassan Campbell lives in the burbs. If you live in the burbs, then why do you not have 90 minutes to go out, buy your fountain, you know what I mean, the fountain out back, pop up the Mac, and listen to an interview with two men that you have spent the better portion of your career talking about. Right now, these two guys who you have talked about throughout the years are at the biggest portion of their career. They are at another height of their career. Jim Jones and Maino actually explained something on the $1 Million Worth of Game interview that they never told anywhere else. The popular belief, sure, the popular belief is that Maino was running shit up. The popular belief is that Maino was running everybody out of town. He was. He was, of course. But when he came up to an opposition, Maino and his 10, 8 dudes, you know what I'm saying? Maino and his crew, they were tearing shit up for sure. They were running shit for sure. But when Maino was at a certain point in his career, Jim Jones was at a much higher level. Everybody go ahead and share this video. Everybody go ahead and share this video, man. You got the real right here. You got the real memory of hip hop. We might have to start calling me the memory of hip hop, you know, because it's like a lot of these other bloggers, their brain in between their mind, right in between their two ears, it's a little bit foggy as to what's been going on here. Now, popular belief or more common belief is that Maino was running wild on Jim Jones because Jim Jones was playing the Ja Rule card. Jim Jones was too big. Jim Jones wasn't responding. Jim Jones didn't want to work with Maino back then. Jim Jones and Maino expressed how they were not able to work with each other at a certain point in their career. Jim Jones was on his way to big money, you guys. Jim Jones was on his way to big money. He would be damned back then if he was going to do a joint project with Maino. You either understand that or you don't. You know what I mean? You either understand that or you don't. If I really need to break down an example, it's like when Ja Rule was signed to Def Jam and they would not allow him to go back to TVT Records to do the project with O1 and Chris Black. They would not allow it. It did not make any financial success. After Ballin', Jim Jones going back to do a duet project or a group project with anybody else other than Dipset made absolutely no sense, made no financial sense. That's why it took so long for us to get. That's why it took so long for us to get this project right here, you guys. Rock, Maino wasn't hot then, was he? Maino was hot. Maino was bubbling. But Jim Jones had already been solidified. Jim Jones was at the point where everywhere he was going, he was rolling with 30 people. He was rolling with 40 people. He was able to fly all of these people to different parts of the country and have the upper hand to bully, if that's the word that we want to use. You know, a lot of people use that word a little bit freely. You know, there's levels to this shit. Sure, Maino was out there doing his thing. Jim Jones was at a little bit of a higher level at that point. Why? Because Maino was locked up. Maino was locked up, you guys. Jim Jones was out here building his reputation. Well, if you look back at the when Maino first got out of jail, Maino first had his record popping within a little while after getting out of jail. So he started getting known. Maino, after he got out of when he was just getting out of jail, there was all rumors about who he was. There was all rumors about what he was going to do. Everybody started hearing it. The streets obviously knew about it, but it started trickling into the industry as well. You started hearing about this guy who was about to come out of jail, and he had a big ass scar on his face. You know what I mean? We all started hearing that. JP, appreciate you for tapping in. JP says Jim was backed by Mel Matrix, so Maino could not have bullied Jim Jones back then. But yeah, that's the popular belief. Like 50 Cent was bullying Ja Rule is the popular belief. Obviously, this one right here, Maino and Jim Jones, we didn't know about it so much. You know what I mean? The amount of records that Jim was selling was a lot less than 50 Cent. You know what I mean? So the news publications that they would hit would be a lot less. In regard to this, though, in regard to this, in regard to Mel Matrix backing Jim Jones always had the proper backing of his Bird Gang affiliates and shit like that, But we're going to get into it because Jim Jones and Maino actually explain to Gillie the Kid everything that happened about their beef, everything that happened about why they didn't like each other, how Maino was acting when he first got out, how he was turning people off when he first got out of jail. Yeah, Maino was rubbing people the wrong way. Don't do that to me, you guys. Don't do that to me. Let's just keep the momentum of the show here. Maino came out of jail. Maino came out of jail full of steam, you guys, ready to run rampant. That's why he was so ready to call out Jim Jones's name. You know what I mean? Gillie asked him, why would you call somebody out that was actually outside? Maino was like, why would I call somebody out that wasn't outside? Let's get into this a little bit, you guys. Let's get into this. I'm going to just say this. Hassan, I implore that you actually watch some of these interviews. You know what I mean? I understand what popular belief is. Popular belief is that 50 Cent got over on Ja Rule, but reality is that 50 Cent got sent home in a car service by Benzino at one point, and another point is that Ja Rule and 50 got into a scuffle before a show they did in ATL. You know what I mean? So you should really need to look up the information that you talk about. It would have really took no time for him to actually go and find this story that I'm about to read to you, and then for him to actually comment on that. You know what I'm saying? It would have really took no time. So Gillie is like, he's asking Maino on the $1 Million Worth the Game podcast. He's like, so now you come home. How long was it before you signed your first deal? Maino was like, I signed my first deal after being home 18, 19 months. Gillie's like, because when you came home, I was at the labels too. They were interested in signing Maino. So you get signed and you started dropping. Maino was like, see, I was dropping before this. I came into the game in the mixtape tail end. That era, it was going into the DVD era. For me, Smack DVDs, All Access, I got into that, and I don't think I was dude's favorites. Jim Jones was like, you weren't because you were talking too much shit. You weren't because you were talking too much shit. Wow, they're just raw and uncut on this interview. You know what I mean? Maino's like, I was talking shit. I wasn't dude's favorite, but they liked the way I spoke. Jones was like, I didn't like the way you spoke at all. I didn't like the way you spoke at all. Gillie was like, he was talking shit to you. Gillie's bringing up the fact that Maino was talking that shit back in the day. Jones was like, yeah, he had a problem with me for some reason. He said my name in one of his raps. Wallow's like, yo, what was you, fishing? And Maino's like, no, you came out with a different set of energy. Like I'm the guy. I'm talking. Jones is like, this is the problem with you Brooklyn guys. You keep mentioning my name. So Jones is just giving it to him right here in this interview. And we're really getting the real uncut story of how Jim Jones felt about Maino back then. Jim Jones did not like the way he spoke. Jim Jones told him, it's because you talked all that shit is why nobody liked you. You know what I mean? He said, you were talking too much shit. Maino was talking all that shit back in the day, you guys, and it kind of turned a few people off. You know what I mean? Like I said before, it kind of turned a few of the OGs off when they saw Maino standing on the couches, back in 2010, you know what I mean? Or 2011, whichever year it was. I think it was probably 2010, 2009, right around there. And popping champagne and spilling some of the champagne on the couches. Some of the OGs took a little bit of disrespect to that, no matter how popularized dancing on couches would become. I mean, I've popped bottles and partied on many couches in my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if the older school really didn't do it like that. You know what I mean? But somebody let me know in the chat, man, because it just seemed like a few of the OGs that I was around back in 2010, they saw Maino doing that and they were kind of acting like he was wilding out just by doing that. Justice said Maino even went at Gravy, and look at Gravy now. Well, JP, now Maino is getting a revitalization in his career. Yep, the Lobby Boyz album just came out. You know, Maino actually had some shit before that with Uncle Murda as well that you have to take into consideration. You have to take that into consideration that he actually had a few projects with Uncle Murda, and then it kind of looked like Uncle Murda was actually taking a solo route, working on the Lenny Grant project rather than opting to go with Cash Money, which I don't really know why he didn't talk to 50 and just do both deals. Why not just do a distribution deal with Cash Money for your project with Maino? Yep, I actually did a whole review of the Lobby Boyz album. I did a whole review of the Lobby Boyz album a few days ago on a live stream. We had quite a few people in here. It was a great stream. Yep, facts. The yellow tape, the Godzilla versus King Kong. You know what I mean? Like, I really think they should have took that. What was the point? You know what I mean? What was the point of coming together and building the brand? You know, like if you wouldn't accept the deal that came from somebody like Birdman, because those were the rumors, you guys. The rumor was that Jim Jones and or not Jim Jones, Jim Jones and Maino are paired up now. But the rumor was that Birdman was actually interested in doing something with Uncle Murda and Maino. And I just don't get why they wouldn't do that. You know, it could have been a major situation. Even if people want to talk shit about the way Birdman does business, I in particular like the way that A.R. Rab always said it on the Breakfast Club when he said, look at the people that he's made millionaires: Drake, Wayne, Nicki, Tyga, all these people that mess around with Birdman. And there's more than that. Juvenile, all these dudes, man. All these dudes. He's given all these dudes the opportunity to have flourishing careers. Even though you could say what you want about BG taking his career in a solo route. You know what I mean? Some people did their own things, but Birdman did a lot for people, man. We got Jersey on the tap in. Major love to Jersey. Much love. So Maino was like, I was talking shit. I wasn't dude's favorite, but they liked the way I spoke. And Jim Jones corrected him right off the bat. Jim Jones corrected him right off the bat. So, yeah, it's really sounding like Jim Jones is the one that got bullied here because Jim Jones is telling him, I didn't like the way you spoke at all. Gillie was like, he was talking shit to you. Jones was like, yeah, he had a problem with me for some reason. He said my name in one of his raps. Wallow's question is, what was you fishing? Was you trying to reel him in? Was you fishing? Maino, kind of like how 50 was. Let me reel in Big Pun. Let me reel in Wu-Tang. Let me reel in Jay-Z. How to rob type shit. You know what I'm saying? Maino just get out. Maino, like Maino said, Maino was at the tail end of the mixtapes. He's there on the DVD era. What was the popular thing to do in the DVD era, you guys? You guys know what the popular thing to do in the DVD era was. It was to get on them DVDs and diss every rapper. That rapper ain't in this hood. He ain't in this hood like that. I'm in. Some rappers even went to other dudes' hoods. Yo, I'm in his hood right now. He doesn't happen to be here. You know, we've been seeing this shit for years. We've been seeing this shit for years, you guys. See, Jones is like, this is the problem with you Brooklyn guys. And you keep mentioning my name. Maino's like, y'all come on. You didn't like me, and you would come to the club. Listen to this, you guys. Maino's like, y'all came and you didn't like me. You would come in the club 300 deep with your face like, look at this dude here. Look at this dude. Jim Jones is like, I don't recall that. Gillie's like, Jim came in screw facing you. Wallow's like, screw face. Gillie's like, so is this the first time? So this is the first time we're finding out that Jim had a couple Mexican standoffs. Maino's like, yeah, we couldn't stand each other. Jim Jones was like, a couple of times it could have got nasty. It was very sticky for a minute with us. Word. You know what I'm saying? It was very sticky with us for a minute. Word. So Jim Jones just said that he didn't remember those altercations where Maino said, yo, you rolled up on me 300 deep. Jim Jones said he didn't remember those altercations. A moment later, Jim Jones says it could have got sticky for you a couple of times. Yeah, Jim, I think one of those couple times is when you probably rolled into the club 300 people deep and ordered about 30 bottles. You know what I mean? So everybody could have a glass of champagne. I think it was probably one of those times, Jimmy, or maybe it was one of those 100 bottle nights. Remember everybody was toting the slogan, 100 bottles in one night. All that type of shit, man. Jim Jones was at the peak of his career then. So I could really picture what Maino was saying there with Jim Jones hearing that Maino is saying his name on a record. Oh, Maino's in that club tonight. Let's go there and show him how we really do. Let's go in there and show him how we can really turn up. This is what we were looking at with hip hop back in the day, you guys. This is really a throwback right here, this conversation that we're getting on $1 Million Worth of Game. Like Gillie said here, so this is the first time we're finding out you and Jim had a couple Mexican standoffs. Maino's like, yeah, we couldn't stand each other. Jones, a couple times it could have got nasty. It was very sticky for a minute with us. Maino's like, what it was though, I didn't understand the game. I'm coming home with energy like I'm the genuine article. I'm really out here doing it. I wasn't in particular talking about him. Jones came right in. He's like, you said my name. You said Jimmy getting bigger now. Maino's like, how do you remember that line? How do you remember that line? Gillie's like, what Maino don't want to say is, I came home on some nut ass jail shit. Gillie calling him out. You know what I mean? Gillie calling him out. Gillie literally calling him out and saying that Wallow, he's saying like what Maino won't say here. You know what I mean? That Maino, a lot of rappers will admit it that they came out just trying to diss people for clout. A lot of people will admit it now. But Gillie's like, what Maino don't want to say is, I came home on some nut ash jail shit. F everybody. I'm the best in the world. Jimmy getting bigger, Cam getting slimmer. Now I'm bigger than everybody. That's kind of how Gillie put it out there. This is a really extremely funny interview. I really didn't know that I was going to get the chance to cover this, go over it. But, listening to Hassan, it seems like he's got the story a little bit backwards. And, when you got the story backwards, man, and it's right there in front of your face, you know what I mean? You got the story backwards. You've got the story backwards, but it's right here in front of your face. There's a reason that Joe Budden is going on the internet every chance that he gets, every time that he's asked, and he says that Gillie the Kid has the best podcast. He puts it in the top 3. You know what I mean? There's a reason for that. You know what I mean? Give it the time of day. You know what I mean? Don't just speculate. Don't just read into some of the stuff that we saw but never really heard anybody talk about. You know what I mean? Because when Jim Jones and when Maino are getting their opportunity to go on these different channels, BET, VH1, MTV, the three meccas of channels for music back in the day, when they're getting these opportunities to go on these channels, the last thing they're talking about is how they're having rivalries or, standoffs with other rappers. That's making them seem uncommercial. That's ruining their opportunities to get invited back. Oh shit. Now we know we can't invite Maino to the MTV Movie Awards. You know what I mean? Or the MTV Music Awards. Now that we know that Jim Jones is going to be there. Now that we know Jim Jones and Cameron are going to be there. BET does something to honor Dipset. Is there an issue with Maino coming there? All of these different issues. You know what I mean? You think they're going to want to bring that attention to the major channels when they're on what was it, MTV Rap Fix? That might have been a little bit late for that, but you know what I'm saying? Yep. So let me see. So Wallow is like, you know how it is. You know how a lot of homies do. When the dude come home from jail, these dudes ain't real out here. A lot of dudes be taking that angle with it. Jones is like, this is the era where people were on that type of time, though. To be the toughest in the city was what people were aiming at. And for some reason, he was. Maino's like the toughest guy in the city. Jones is like, I'm cool. Maino had something to say for that, you guys. Maino was like, no, you wasn't cool. No, you wasn't cool. Just like Maino had a big mouth and Jim Jones isn't afraid to tell him, because nobody would want to tell Maino that he had a big mouth back then. You tell Maino he has a big mouth, now you've just ruined your opportunity to talk to Maino. That's why nobody wants to tell Maino he has a big mouth. Nobody wanted to tell Jim Jones he was too cool. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to tell Jim Jones he was too cool back then, or else you're not going to be having much of a longer conversation with Jim Jones. But that's why it's so funny that they're all doing it now. You know what I mean? That's why it's so funny that they're so open with each other. This is kind of almost like the relationship. This is almost like the relationship that Wack 100 and Gillie the Kid were starting to maintain. It was almost like the relationship they were starting to maintain, you guys. The fact that they could joke around with one another. But sometimes that shit gets a little too personal. Sometimes that shit gets taken a little bit too far when you say certain shit. Like the fact that Gillie had Jay Prince, on his show. He had Jay Prince on his show, you guys. And now Jay Prince is on the show dissing. Now Jay Prince is on the show actually dissing Wack 100. And now Wack 100 is like, Gillie, why do you have somebody on your show that's dissing me? Are you wiling out right now? Are you wiling out right now, bro? Like you literally got somebody on your show, the most popular show, the most popular show, you guys. We're talking about the most popular show, and you got my op on there calling me a rat in front of the whole world. Do you think I'm a rat or something, Gil? Is that what this is? Do you think I'm a rat or something? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm not really getting how this whole thing is playing out. So I could really see where Wack 100 is coming from there, but you got to look at the other end of it. Like, what are you going to expect Gillie to edit his show? What is this? BET during the day? What is this? Walmart? Where are we editing music now? Like, no, this is not the era of putting a censorship sign on your product. You know what I'm saying? This isn't we're waiting till 11 o'clock at night to watch the uncut. You know what I mean? The uncut videos. It's not what this is. This isn't call your friend and ask him to cut out every time somebody mentions your name day. I think if anything, you guys, Gillie and Wallow were trying to maintain the integrity of their show by not telling one of their guests what to talk about. And I respect that. I respect that because you cannot dictate your show like that. You know what I mean? Like when you have certain guests on your show and they take the conversation a certain way, you go and you edit that out, you're going to lose their trust. You're going to lose the trust of your guest. I mean, unless they're saying some really off the wall, wilding out, crazy shit. But right, actually, with Jay Prince saying that stuff about Wack, it almost worked in Gillie and Wallow's favor because now they don't even have to say anything. They didn't even have to ask the question. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Exactly. And why would he want to? And why would he want to? Chris says Gillie can't stop a man from speaking. And why would he want to? That's what exactly, Chris. That's what makes the show hot. That's what makes the show grow. You know what I mean? The fact that you are actually getting news on the show. You know what I mean? That you're expanding on stories. But yeah, Hassan Campbell, is he jealous of the Lobby Boys? I'm going to ask y'all. I'm putting up the poll. I want to know, you guys, is Hassan Campbell jealous of the Lobby Boys? Why has Hassan Campbell been talking about the Lobby Boys? You know what I mean? Why is he talking about Maino and then the next week apologizing to Maino? Why is he speaking on Maino and Jim Jones' relationship when these two guys literally did an interview, 2 interviews now, one with Big U, one with Gillie, where they literally explain how they came together. Between those 2 interviews, Gillie's interview and Big U's interview, you get a full explanation of how the Lobby Boys came together. You get a full explanation about how these 2 guys actually used to have problems. And now you're going to get a full explanation from Jim Jones and Maino of who actually had the upper hand in those problems. That's right, you guys, because the whole narrative of Jim Jones getting bullied by Maino, these 2 address that narrative on the biggest show on the internet. It's just so funny how earlier on today, I'm talking about Wack 100. Wack 100 comes out with an interview on Clubhouse. They do an interview with Wack on Clubhouse, and he had not even seen the Jay Prince interview on Gillie in full. They played a clip for him. He saw what he saw, but he admitted he did not even see the interview in full. So here's what I'm going to do. I haven't seen the new Maverick Top Gun movie, but I'm going to give you a movie review on it. That's like me if I came on here the other day and reviewed the Lobby Boys album and didn't actually take the time to listen to every track. You know what I mean? But yeah. Let me just come and review an interview that I didn't even really watch. I'm a content creator too, man. I'm a content creator as well. You know what I mean? And when I see some shit coming out, you know what I mean? I didn't know I was going to get a chance to actually cover. I didn't know I was going to get a chance to actually cover this portion of the interview with Gillie and Wallow and the Lobby Boys. You know what I mean? Until this information came out. You know what I mean? About the way that their relationship worked. I mean, sure, you can believe one thing You can think that forever. You know what I mean? We can think everything we want about the hip hop rumors. But when you legitimately have people coming out there and address these rumors, you know what I mean? When you legitimately have people come out there and address these rumors, they no longer are rumors. The information is being put right in front of our face. Let's get back into it because Jim Jones and Maino are going to reveal who actually had the upper hand in that whole situation. Let's see, where was I here? So Gillie said, "You said his name. You started the shit. He's somewhere minding his business." Okay, this is where we were. Maino was like, "No, you wasn't cool. Back then, when you was walking in the club." Gillie's like, "You said his name. You started the shit. He's somewhere minding his business." Flex all on there. New Maino. Jimmy getting bigger now. Gillie's all up on that shit, talking about Flex is all excited about the records. Wallow's saying Flex is loving it. Gillie's like, and then he's talking about, did you see me on? And then he does the screw face. You know, Maino's like, when I first came home, right? I came right out to the nightlife. There wasn't a lot of rappers out like that, but you would see Jim Jones. This is when you knew dudes was really outside and dudes was really active, and you gonna run into them and you gonna see them. So yeah, so basically Maino was giving you a depiction of how he was living back then. Or not how he was living, more so what he was seeing. He's giving a depiction of what he was seeing back then. When he came out of jail. So that's interesting to hear, you know, because I actually did an interview I'm gonna put out pretty soon with this dope artist. This dope artist where he actually speaks on coming home from jail in the early 2000s. Whoa. Cool it, man. Cool it, man. We don't leave no comments like that in the chat, man. We don't leave no crazy ass comments about Hassan Campbell in the chat like that or anybody, man. We got to have respect in here, man. We got to have respect in here, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Basically going over this Jay Prince actually responded to Wack 100 going crazy. Wack 100 said he ran into Wack 100 said he ran into Gillie the Kid after their whole beef. He said he ran into him in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Said he ran into him in Hollywood and it was all smiles. You know what I mean? How else should it be, though? You know what I mean? How else should it be? We saw how it was in this interview with Jay Prince. Jay Prince was dissing the hell out of Wack 100. He was dissing the hell out of him. What did Gillie do? Gillie didn't partake in the dissing. Gillie didn't do none of that type of shit. Gillie didn't do nothing extra. Wallow didn't do nothing extra. It's not the same type of situation as it was before. You know what I mean? Let me see right here. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, Maino told Jim Jones he wasn't cool back then, which I think a lot of people would agree with. Jim Jones was always acting Hollywood and shit like that. You know what I mean? Jim Jones was cool as hell. You know what I mean? Jim Jones was like that Hollywood ass dude. You know what I mean? That was always smoking the bomb ass kush, kind of like Scott Storch. That's how I knew Jim Jones and Scott Storch would link up so well together. I'm like, yo, these are two fly ass dudes. I'm like, these guys need to come together and make some dope music. I'm glad I could put that shit together. I do believe it was me who put that together. I mean, I smoke a lot of bud, but I'm pretty sure that was me that put that shit together, because I do know for a fact that I actually took that record to Cameo with Scott Storch that same night, and we played that shit at Cameo in front of the whole club. You know what I'm saying? We played that shit in front of the whole club. I don't know what other bloggers have done that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know actually, major respect to though Doggy Diamonds. He's actually recorded with BIG and shit. You know what I mean? Like actually has the mic from it and all that. So that's like he's actually done some major shit. You know what I mean? That shit's major right there. Recording with BIG, that shit's major right there. But yeah, that's why I'm saying like I'm trying to do things on a major level. I got a lot of respect for Jim Jones and Maino based on the musical achievements that they've made and that they're still currently making. The fact that I reviewed, the Lobby Boyz album in 2022, it says a lot. You know what I mean? The fact that I reviewed their album this year, it says a lot. They're still on their musical grind. Jim Jones actually, this is his follow up to Capo, so I think he's really pumping when you look at it like that. He's really pumping when you still look at it like that, man. To actually have Capo have just come out and that moved a few thousand units, like 20,000 units, I want to say, first week, right around there. He did that with Arsonist, who I actually got the opportunity to do an interview with. That was a great experience getting to do an interview with Arsonist. That's right. The Heat Makers, baby. The Heat Makers, baby. I only interview the best, man. I only interview the best. Jim Jones gave me a little interview, because I was like, yo, bro, you got to do an interview with me, man. Come on, man. We're smoking big kush together, Jimmy. We're smoking big kush together, Jimmy. You got to do an interview, man. So he did it, you know what I mean? But he was like, yo, Mikey T, I really don't do interviews like that. He's like, I really don't. Well, I'm like, yo, man, all right then. But you're going to give me a little something, G's. And he hooked it up, and I really appreciate Jim Jones for that shit. You know what I mean? He didn't just turn me away. Totally. He didn't just turn me away. And that's the type of shit that you remember. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit that you remember at the end of the day. And of course, that episode we had at Live. You know what I mean? Yo, is that why Hassan Campbell? Hassan, bro, have me on your stream. Have me on your stream, Hassan, so I can tell you about that night at Club Live with Jim Jones. This was pre-Lobby Boyz. This was Vamp Life Jim Jones. He was in there doing it real big. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, man, what is it? What is it about the Lobby Boy life style? I mean, that's not really the question. That's because it's about that elaborate lifestyle that they live. I mean, we see Hassan out there with the T-Rex or whatever that joint is. You know what I mean? We see Hassan out there pulling through on the little three-wheeler joint. You know what I mean? We see all that so we can see what type of elements he's interested in that. But I would like to know a little bit deeper when it comes to that situation about the lifestyle that they're living, because I've seen some of it firsthand. I'm sure Hassan has as well. So if we can connect on that level, that might be interesting. I just wanted to come on here tonight and speak on that. I wanted to educate tonight, because before we speak, we've got to watch. You know what I mean? Before we speak, we've got to watch certain things. We got to see how they play out. We can assume all we want. We can assume all we want about situations. You know what I mean? That's our right as spectators. You know what I mean? We don't really know about certain situations. Like what was going on with Joel Santana and Lloyd Banks. You know what I mean? What's going on with 50 Cent and Lloyd Banks? What was going on with 50 Cent and Slow Bucks? That's why we've got shows. You know what I mean? That's why we've got shows like Drink Champs. That's why we've got shows like $1 Million Worth of Games, so we can learn the true stories behind. That's why back in the day, all the bloggers were out doing their thing. You know what I mean? And that's why all the DVD guys were out doing their thing and getting these stories so they could get the stories out there that were the street myths. Let's not misinterpret the stories, man. Let's not misinterpret the stories. Let's not misdirect the stories. Let's not misguide the audience. Jim Jones and Maino just went on the biggest platform. No disrespect to Hassan Campbell, but Jim Jones and Maino just went on the biggest platform. $1 Million Worth of Game. They told the story. You know what I mean? They told the story of their life, of their meeting, of their exchange. We don't need to misdirect the story. You know, sure, the shit looked a certain way. The shit looked a certain way with Ja Rule and 50 Cent, as I said. You know what I mean? The shit looked a certain way. The shit looks a certain way right now with Mason Cameron. The shit always looks a certain way. Yeah, the shit's... I ain't even need to mention the Ja Rule and the 50 shit. The shit looks a certain way with Mason Cam right now, man, with those freaking records coming out. And I don't even really want to dip into that without sufficient notes right in front of me. But let me tell you, man, in these hip-hop beefs, shit always looks a certain way. When Jim Jones is on cloud 9... guys, when you're on cloud 9, you don't hear what's going on cloud 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, or 1. You just don't. And for everybody below, they're just like wondering what's going on cloud 9. What's going on up there? I know they can hear me. I know they're hearing what's going on because I'm on cloud 5. So everybody on cloud 4, 3, 2, and 1 hears me. No, they don't hear you up there, man. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like before Max B got the voice. You know what I mean? Before Max B got the voice with, it's more intricate than that though, man. Appreciate you, Queen. Appreciate you, Queen. Well, in the story I was detailing earlier, Wack 100 actually was telling the truth. Thing was, Wack 100 did not watch the full interview with Jay Prince, but he proceeded to talk about the conversation that was had with Kanye West, which Gillie the Kid read out on his $1 Million Worth of Game platform. And both of those stories were they were about 90% symmetrical. You know, the stories matched right up between what Gillie was reading and what Wack 100 said was what happened with himself and Kanye West and the bringing in of Jay Prince. And that's why Wack is going off on Gillie over Jay Prince dissing him. Wack 100 exposing he ran into Gillie saying, yo, you're going to have to look me in my eyes after interviewing Jay Prince. It's kind of a touchy situation, man. It's kind of a touchy situation that we're looking at right here between everybody involved, you guys. But let's go close out on the Lobby Boyz situation here. Maino was like, no, you wasn't cool back then when you was walking in the club. You said his name. You started the shit. He's somewhere minding his business. Like, yeah. He's somewhere minding his business. Exactly. Up on cloud 9. Minding his business. Flex all on there. New Maino. Wallow's like, Flex is loving it. Gillie's like, then he's talking about, did you see me? Maino's like, first, I come home right out the nightlife. There wasn't a lot of rappers out like that, but you would see Jim Jones. This is when you knew dudes was really outside and dudes was really active, and you're going to run into them and you're going to see them. Gillie's like, so out of all the rappers, why did you F with the ones that was outside? You could have said any of them, but you seen Jimmy in the club. So Gillie's saying a very realistic thing to him here. You know what I mean? The conversation is real all over. This conversation is 100% real. It's all over real. Gillie's just saying to him, he's like, yo, why would you call out the dude? You just said it. There's only certain rappers were outside. So why are you actually going to call someone out that was outside? You could have literally picked anybody. You know what I mean? We all saw what happened later on with Maino and Young Berg. Salute Young Berg. You probably won't like that I've mentioned that. Nobody has mentioned that in years. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I did a couple interviews with Young Berg, and we made people forget about that shit. Young Berg, now known as Hitmaker, doing his damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Gillie's like, why would you choose somebody that was outside, actually? Like, why wouldn't you just choose somebody else? Like, be realistic about it. Maino's like, why would I talk about someone that wasn't outside? Why would I talk about someone that wasn't outside? I like that answer from Maino. You guys. Wallow asked the question, how did y'all squash it? How did the beef get squashed? If there's so much pressure, there's so much static, you know what I mean? If there's so much issues between you guys, how did that whole thing come to an end? You know what I mean? Wallow's asking the question. He wants a realistic answer. I guess we're going to get it. I want everybody in here that's not subscribed to the channel to subscribe right now. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're watching this and you're not subscribed. You heard? Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not. I'm Mikey T, the movie star. You're always going to have me on here doing content. So make sure you hit that notification bell if you have not. We're going to get into how they solved the issues, you guys. We're going to get into how they solved the issues, because I'm even interested to hear it now. After how much static was going on, this beef seemed like it was kind of like Jim Jones and French Montana, or Jim Jones and French Montana, when they was throwing all the bottles at French and shit like that. This shit sounds like some real shit right here, you guys. I'm not even playing, man. I didn't even know it was static like that, man. But you know, I don't really be around all the scene like that to a certain extent to be seeing Jim Jones pop up into all those clubs. You know what I mean? Seeing Jim Jones pop up into all those clubs. But I've been in a VIP section with Jim Jones in Miami. You know what I mean? I've been in a VIP section with Jim Jones. So I guess I could say that. Like, he always rolls out with his people. And Maino is about to explain that right here. So Maino's like, in Atlanta, we had a Mexican standoff. I was on the escalator. Mexican standoff. I was on that escalator going up Lenox Mall. Jim had to have had 30 dudes with him. I wasn't solo. I had my brother. 4 to 5 of us. I'm going up. What? He's saying he had his brother and 4 to 5 of them? Yeah. I think the balance of that is majorly offset. Like I said earlier, you guys, Jim Jones is at a certain point in his career. He's further along in his career than Maino. You know what I mean? A very important person one time told me, when you don't have a hit record, you better not show up to the club with 30 people. you better not show up to the club with 30 people. Maino had some shit going for himself, so he's rolling around with 4 to 5 people, and he's able to help those 4 to 5 people get whatever they want. Jim Jones hit records. He's getting in the club with 30 people. I've heard stories about Jim Jones shutting people out of clubs that you guys probably wouldn't believe, or you probably would. You probably wouldn't believe, or you probably would. Hey, Wax, you're smoking on some sour? Okay, that's what's up. So let me see here. Jim Jones had 30 dudes with him. Jim Jones had 30 dudes with him, but it was Jim Jones that was getting bullied? Okay. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to watch these interviews. Sometimes you got to watch these interviews before you just speak on things. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have hurt to watch the interview so you could have actually gave a detailed report about what was being said here. Jim Jones had to have had 30 dudes with him. I wasn't solo. I had my brother, 4 to 5 of us. I'm going up, and I seen these guys going down, and they seen me. And it was just like, and I started counting damn near. There's a lot of dudes. So I go up to the top of the escalator, something say turn around, and them dudes was coming down. They came up to the top of the escalator and walked to the side. They was grilling, everybody was looking, and we had a couple words. Gillie's like, tell us the words, Jim. You got to remember the words. Jim is like, I can't remember the words. Melly was there, 80 and Chic. That's my OG, similar to how him and 80 move, referring to Maino. So we at some point, they intervened and they was saying what they was saying. So Jim Jones is saying that 80 and Chic intervened, who they both looked at as big homies. This is what Jim Jones is telling to Hassan. This is what Jim Jones is telling to Gillie and Wallow on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. He's like, that's my OG, similar to how him and 80 move. So at that point, they intervened and they was saying what they was saying. Somehow, me and him was like, we walked by ourselves to Bloomingdale's. Maino said, somebody said, yo, that's 212. Gillie's like, that means roll on your ass. Jones is like, 212, that's Manhattan. Let's talk about it. Me and him stepped to the side. So now Jim Jones is explaining that Maino and himself stepped to the side. So Jim Jones and Maino obviously see that their OGs are talking. They obviously see that their OGs are talking. You know what I mean? What up, Mac? They see that their OGs are talking, and that kind of brings them together. So that's where we're at right now with this story of Jim Jones and Maino finally coming together. Jim Jones had 30 people with him, man. Jimmy had 30 people with him. Jimmy had 30 people with him. Maino had 4 to 5 from his words. I thought it was 8. Damn. I was thinking it was 8, but it was actually 4 to 5. He's with his brother. It looks like this is a good time to make peace. We got North Carolina up in here. What's going on? Appreciate you for tapping in. I'm smoking on some let me take a look at this poll actually, man. Let me take a look at this poll, man. Is Hassan Campbell jealous of the Lobby Boyz? That's what I want to know, man. Like, you know, he's talked about these guys over and over again. He's apologized to these guys over and over again. But what's the deal? But what's the deal here, man? What's the deal with the Lobby Boyz and Hassan Campbell? What's the deal with Hassan Campbell talking about the Lobby Boyz, but not really getting the full knowledge of what's going on? Sure, you could talk about their past, but why go off the speculation when the truth is right in front of you? You can bring up all that shit from the past that is obvious. You can bring up all the records, all the lyrics, all the street talk. You know what I'm saying? Go find that hidden Maino and Max B record. You know what I'm, or whatever you want to do. Sorry, man. My bad for bringing up Max B, Jimmy. I, I knew it had to happen at least once on this stream. You know, you can't really get too far. You can't really get too far without bringing up Max B after a second. Max B will hopefully be coming home sooner than 2025. But 2025 is not bad, man. 2025 is not bad considering that we never really had a acceptable date before that, man. I think all of us fans will take 2025 for Max B. It's an amazing date for him to be coming home with all that speculation of 75 years, 34 years, I had heard at one point. I think it was parolable at one point after 2034. I think it was he was going to go up for parole after 2034. Yeah, so that was pretty crazy, man. But let me finish out this part right here. So Jones is like, me and him stepped to the side, just me and him, and we introduced ourselves. Maino's like, we never told that story. Gillie's like, y'all talked it out. Jones was like, it was an opportunity for everything to happen. But for them two right there, I just know it prompted us to go to the side. And it was going to be some gangster shit, or it was going to be me and him. Jim said, I just know it prompted us to go to the side. And if it was going to be some gangster shit, it was going to be me and him. Okay, I see what Jones is saying there. Jones is saying because of the fact that 80 and Sheik, they're OGs, they kind of went and hollered at each other. And they were like, kind of maybe, I don't know, maybe they were getting riled up. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they knew the possibility of them getting riled up was there. That's why Jim Jones and Maino were like, yo, we have to take this upon ourselves, which I think is credible. You know what I mean? It says a lot about their character that they're not going to let their situation really impact other people like that. Because just in simple terms, that's not fair. You know what I mean? They don't want to see their homies go out like that. They don't want to see people that they actually care about go out like that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Probably a lot of these guys, 9 times out of 10, they would rather bail themselves out. Maybe not 9 times out of 10. Maybe that's more like 4 times out of 10. You know what I mean? A lot of times, dude, do not. They're like, yo, man, I'll have you out in at least. It's Friday, so I'll have you out in 48 hours, bro. I got you, man. But you know, I got to get back to my weekend. That's how some dudes probably be. They're like, I got to get back to my weekend. Sorry about that, you guys. Maybe I was a little overboard about that. Maybe I was a little overboard right there. So let me see. So listen to this, you guys. Jones is like, it was an opportunity for everything to happen. But for them two right there, I just know it prompted us to go to the side, and it was going to be and if it was going to be some gangster shit, it was going to be me and him. We both introduced ourselves. Maino admitted, you guys. Maino admitted this. And this is why it is key. This is why it is key, you guys, to watch the interview that you are going to comment on. Maino admitted this was Lenox Mall. I would have lost 30 on 5. This is Lenox Mall. I would have lost 30 on 5. Gillie said they would have tossed Maino all in the Gucci section. Gil, come on, bro. Come on, Gil. Really, man? You can't be saying that type of shit, man. You saw what happened with Wiz, man. Wiz took all kinds of offense to what you said about your joke. Now you're saying Maino's going to get tossed in a Gucci store, man. Well, I mean, shit, you could do the sweet commercial where you toss Maino in the Gucci store and then he comes out wearing a Gucci outfit. That'd be kind of dope. But yeah, so let's read this part where Wack 100 basically said he ran into Gillie the Kid and Gillie did not tell him about his interview with Jay Prince. At the end of the day, I don't think Gillie is expected or, they're expected to report to anybody aside from, Barstool Sports, you know what I mean, with who they're actually interviewing and shit like that. So while Wack actually had said, I just seen them last week in Hollywood. I ran into them. Everything was laughs and jokes. This dude, Jay Prince, is like, I'm reaching out to the urban and the hip hop community. Leave the community. You come holler at me. I want all the smoke. I ain't on the internet. Well, what you doing on the internet? That was pretty much Wack pretending to be Jay Prince. He's like, I ain't on the internet. I want all the smoke. Well, what are you doing on the internet? I like the fact when I put someone on the ropes because he's running from me. The text messages, he don't want to address them. Wack is like addressing somebody saying it's just content for $1 million worth of game. Wack is like, I'm just going to look them in the eye, ask them where they're at with it. Depending on what they say is depending on where it goes. I ain't tripping. I don't give a F about nothing. He's like the character from GTA. He doesn't give a shit about nothing. I ain't tripping. It's that simple. Where y'all at with it? Depending on what they say is depending on what it's going to be. If it's F me, we're going to tear up the spot. So Wack went into running into Gillie. He's like, here go the thing though. I kind of appreciate it because it let me know he's scared. Because you didn't tell me that in my face. I seen these dudes in the lobby. I'm looking at Gillie and Wallow a lot different. He's saying he's looking at Gillie and Wallow a lot different when he's saying he's looking at Gillie and Wallow a lot different because of the fact that they interviewed Jay Prince, you guys, and didn't tell him about it. Honestly, with Wack saying that he ran into Gillie and Wallow in LA, Hollywood, I believe from the looks of it, guys, tell me if I'm wrong, didn't Gillie and them go to Houston to interview Jay Prince? So I'm thinking that Gillie must have went there after he was in Hollywood. They probably went from Hollywood there to interview him there. If I had to make a prediction on that. I would say that's kind of how it went down. Legendary, are you really asking how a blogger would be jealous of a rapper? Are you seriously asking that, bro? Are you seriously asking that? Like, bro, do you think a lot of these bloggers out there don't just want to be rappers? Are you being for real right now? Like, come on, man. We don't need to go there. We don't need to go there. But I'm not saying if we're not talking about that sense. We're not talking about that sense, man. I'm not asking if Hassan Campbell wanted to record Ballin'. I'm not asking if Hassan Campbell wanted to have the song High Hater. Yeah, let's, you know what I mean? We're not talking about a lot of people out there just wish they can have the influence of the rapper. You know what I mean? A lot of people out there just wish they could have the influence of the rapper. Well, dude, if you don't know Maino, then how can you say that you know what I mean? If you don't know Maino, you can't really judge not hearing a song at this point in time. You know what I mean? You can't really judge not hearing a song at this point in time, to be honest with you, man. Nah, they're not trash, bro. You out your mind, legendary. These guys have put out, go look up the total number of combined albums between the two of these guys. Like, come on now, man. We're talking about labels that have put in bread for these guys to make this music. People be taking songs like it's easy to be making songs and shit like that. A lot of people can't make a follow-up song to save their life, man. Making music isn't the easiest thing to do. Jim Jones has gotten so many opportunities, you know what I'm saying, to make a song like Ballin'. 50 Cent has gotten so many opportunities to make another song like In the Club. Like these are different type of, you know what I mean, scenarios. But let's do some open questions, man. Yeah, if anybody has any open questions, I'm going to take some open questions right now. Who do you think is wrong in the Larry Hoover situation? The Larry Hoover situation is pretty much the issue right now that is the major complication with Gillie, Wallow, Wack, and Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Jay Prince got the opportunity to come on the $1 million worth of game platform and air out all those grievances that were getting aired out on the smaller platforms right now, it's what is intensifying the situation right now. Now, to answer the question of who I think is right and who's wrong about that, I mean, they've obviously both got their points. You know, Whack 100 is trying to protect the rights of the footage. Jay Prince, Larry Hoover Jr., they were trying to get clips from this footage to use for a pardon, for an effort to get Larry Hoover pardoned. You know what I mean? Who could argue with that? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why terms weren't able to be met on that whole situation. You know, in a situation like that, you got to scratch their back and they're going to scratch your back. If you eventually, like Wack says, that they want to actually do this project with the help and with the respect of the family, you should have scratched the family's back and made sure they had those clips. Those clips should have been there, you know, with the people that needed to get them to put them as a part of the pardon package to humanize, as Jay Prince was saying, Larry Hoover. You know, that's a very important aspect of this. That's pretty much why they're all at odds right now. It's pretty much why they're all at odds right now. If anybody's got any open questions, if anybody has any open questions, y'all can send them in. This kush is good. Damn, man, I kind of let me see what I got left of this. Oh yeah, that might be enough for one last L, which is perfect. Kind of sucks that I'm finishing the drunken monkey, but it is what it is. Looks like I'm finishing the drunken monkey tonight, you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning into this exclusive live tonight. Wanted to come back in and say what's up to y'all tonight for sure. Wanted to come up and say what's up to you guys tonight for sure. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers, so I need everybody to subscribe to the channel. Damn, y'all is real. I'm about to end the poll, so if anybody wants to vote in the poll, I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes to vote in the poll. That's right. If anybody wants to vote in the poll right now, if you haven't yet. Damn, man. When you coming to North Carolina? No plans to come to North Carolina as of yet. What are some of the things out there I could come and see, man? Is it a good place to come visit for the summertime, man? My birthday is actually coming up this Saturday. So I am trying to do some shit. You know what I mean? My birthday's coming up this Saturday. Is North Carolina really that spot to visit? Let me know, bro. Mikey, would you interview FBG Cash or Lil J? Hey man, bro, I'm not gonna really settle myself down on who to not interview. I'm not gonna shut anybody down. You know what I mean? These guys are trying to make you know, moves in their career. And if I were to get an opportunity to interview some of these different artists, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always trying to make moves with my career as well. I've started off interviewing a lot of the top rappers in the game. Well, they weren't really the top then. They were making their way to the top. When I'm interviewing people like Little Durk, when I'm interviewing people like Fat Trell, when I'm interviewing Cash Out. Well, Cash Out was there. Cash Out was there, you guys. He was actually performing at the end of the BET Awards. He was there. If anybody has any open questions, send them in right now. Yeah, I'm about to roll up the rest of this Granny Mac. No, it's not Granny. Why do I keep calling it Granny Mac? I smoked the rest of my Granny Mac the other day. Granny Mac is a sativa. This drunken monkey is more of a indica for sure. Yeah, 6/11 is my birthday. Me and Kodak Black got the same birthday, I guess. Or Kodak Black got the same birthday as me. But yeah, June 11th, that's my birthday. Hope y'all are tuned in. We're going to be doing a bunch of lives this week. We're going to be doing a bunch of live videos this week, you guys. So if anybody wants to vote in the poll, I'm about to end the poll in 30 seconds. Anybody that wants to contact me, you guys can contact me on Instagram. You guys, if you need to contact me, you can hit my DM. You can follow me. If anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, I just put it up right there. Queen, you know what I mean? It's just sometimes people have issues with one another. Sometimes people have issues with one another, and then they got so much entourage, you know what I mean? There's so much entourage. You have so many friends. I mean, just think about how it is with you and your friends, you know what I mean? Think about back in the day how it was in, like high school or whatever with you and your friends, and some of your friends would catch wind that somebody was hating on you. They would almost want to be like, take it upon themselves to be like, you know what, man? If this person tries to come at you, man, I got your back. I got your back on that shit. hip hop kind of or music in general isn't really too much different from that. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of cases, uh, mostly in hip hop music. I mean, I don't really study the other cases of watching some of these rock stars getting into fights or anything like that. Or, I mean, more recently with the actors getting into it, a couple different situations that I won't bring up. You know what I mean? With the actors going on, so these different genres of different genres of forms of entertainment do go through their issues with people getting arrested. And the thing about music is that when an actor actually, you know what I mean, when an actor actually does a film, you can't really tell their emotion. You know what I mean? You can't really tell their emotion, what's going on with them personally. Music is a lot different because they're releasing the song. You're hearing what they're saying directly. With actors, it's a script. You know what I mean? So you're not, just because Leonardo DiCaprio is making what's a good example for him? Or what's a good example for him? I don't want to say Shutter Island. That doesn't really make any sense. The Revenant is. We're gonna scrap that analogy. You know what I mean? But basically, just because some actors they make their choices with films, you can't really tell what's going on with them mentally at the time. But with musicians, it's a lot different. You can automatically tell what they're going through. Oh, and nobody's saying Hassan doesn't speak the truth. I was just saying that Hassan should have watched Gillie the Kid's interview with Maino and Jim Jones, the Lobby Boys, speaking on their issues from back in the day, before coming out and talking about it himself. Because in reality, Hassan would have heard the way that they had problems, the way that Jim Jones kept on rolling up on Maino 300 deep. He kept on rolling up on Maino with like 300 people. Maino was like, whoa, whoa. Jim Jones said he didn't like the way that he was speaking back then. He was talking all kinds of shit. So I think Hassan could have done a better reaction had he watched that conversation. You know what I mean? To really go over it. Hassan's Campbell video would have been like, the title would have been Jim Jones pulls up on Maino with 300 deep. You know what I mean? That would have been the title of the video. He would have had like 7,000 viewers in there again. He would have been like, they're messing with the algorithm, man. They're messing with there's really 15,000 people in here right now. Ade, Dewey, Dembella. There's really 15,000 people in here. I promise you guys. Guys, I promise you, there's really 28,000 people in here right now. Like, I swear, cross my heart and hope to die. You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. I promise you, it just dropped by 2,500 people. 2,500 people just logged out on me, you guys. I'm sorry, I had to do it. Hassan is great. Hassan is great when he does that shit. But no, I'm just saying, like, if he would actually watch the interview, JP, Hassan speaks without knowing the full story. Wack 100 did the same thing. And it's like, come on, you guys. You know what I mean? There's really 10,000 people in here right now. There's really 10,000 people in here right now. The YouTube algorithms, they're working against me. You know what I'm saying? They're working against me right now, you guys. I know it. I can feel it. I got that sensation in my body. I can feel it. There's really 9,321 people in here. There really is. I'm sorry, man. I just had to do it. I don't think any other the 10 toes down do that yet. Iceberg, the 10 Toes Down do that shit where in one of his live videos he'll be like, there's really 3,800 people in here. I know it. Did he already do that, or am I the only blogger to do that? Maybe Hassan will find some comedic relief in that. But no, I'm just being real when I talk about my shit. You know what I'm saying? I think Hassan's video would have been a lot better, JP, if he would have actually watched Gillie's interview and Wallow's interview with those guys, the Lobby Boyz, rather than just going on all that old information. You know what I mean? Rather than going with that old information that we've all heard about. Any rapper, any rapper back then is gonna come out calling names out the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty evident. We've seen it happen with a number of rappers. They will do it until they get the acknowledgement. Once they get the acknowledgement, they're kind of done with it. You know what I mean? Once they're able to get platinum teeth, you know what I'm saying? And all types of jewelry, and they're making 20, 30, $40,000 an appearance, they're done with all that extra shit. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, my birthday is this Saturday. This Saturday is my birthday. Doing it up real big. I'll be doing it up real big. Maybe Hassan will let me borrow the T-Rex for my birthday. He'll let me spin it around New York so I can pull up, be spinning around the block. Yo, what's good? They'll be like, yo, Mikey T, I seen your videos and shit. I'll be like, yeah, Hassan, let me take the T-Rex out this weekend, baby. You know we getting it? You know we getting it on the dirty sector of YouTube, baby. Let's go. I'm going to be doing that shit on my birthday. Oh, the dirty sector logged out of the video. The dirty sector logged out. It's all good, man. You know what did Lloyd Banks tell 50? I'm gonna go with what Lloyd Banks told 50. If they hate, let them hate. But watch the money pile up, you guys. I'm gonna go with the advice that Lloyd Banks gave to 50. Telling you, Hassan, it's my birthday this weekend. Let me borrow the T-Rex. 10 Toes Down is dope as hell. 10 Toes Down is dope as hell. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. If you didn't know, bro, I switched the style up. And if they hate, let them hate. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I switched the style up. You didn't know that? You didn't know that I switched the style up? You didn't know that I used to be behind the camera? You knew that. You knew that. Mostly anybody knows my interviews. You know what I'm saying? I be walking around New York too and shit, and people be recognizing the shit. But you didn't know I switched the style up? I jumped in front of the camera. I started doing this shit in front of the camera. I stepped up from behind the camera. That's how I switched the style up. That's why I use that reference. I don't just come on here and bullshit and talk shit that sounds good. I reference shit that I directly am inspired by. You know what I mean? That's what I do on here. Exactly. Exactly. Putting myself on the camera, believing in myself from the beginning in 2009, when everybody else, respect to Vlad creating the website, you know what I mean? Respect to everybody else. who did their thing. I created my name, Mikey T, the movie star. I wanted to make my name something that people would remember. That's what I've been working at. That's what I've been working hard at. Mikey T was the director, and now he's the star. Well, I'm actually in a new joint. It's called Slapface. If anybody hasn't seen that, it's on Amazon Prime right now, as well as Shudder. Shudder, if you most likely have Amazon Prime, but it's also on Shudder. I'm gonna put a link up to that. Appreciate you. Thank you, bro. Thank you, podcast. I can't really pronounce the name of it, bro, but I appreciate that, man. And I just wanted to let you know I'm not just in here hating, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't just come on here and, talk bullshit about people who are doing their thing. I just wanted to point out something as well about the Maino and Jim Jones situation. Anybody could look at it, you know what I mean, from all the rumors and the name drops, that we heard, and sometimes when you would actually hear about dudes maybe getting run out the club just because they were only there with 8 people when somebody else was there with 100, a lot of shit like that. But we didn't see nothing like bottles. You know what I mean? We didn't see nothing like bottles raining down on Maino like we've seen in the past happen with other people. Oh shit, my bad. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. I messed that up, bro. Oh damn, my bad. I shouldn't have posted that. But it's a pond. Damn, you're right. Oh shit. Lee. Thank you. Appreciate you, Lee. Appreciate you, Lee. What was you cooking earlier when I was streaming? You was cooking something earlier when I was streaming, I think you said. If anybody wants to check out that movie Slapface, y'all can check it out. I appreciate y'all being a part of this live. This is probably going to be one of those members only lives. You guys got to subscribe to the channel right now. Become a member of the channel if you want. Become a member of the channel because I'm going to be doing member only live videos. I'm going to be doing member only live videos, you guys. You know what that means? You know what that means, you guys? It can mean all different types of shit. It means we could do anything we want. So make sure you become a member right now. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. She was cooking food. Nothing in particular. Nothing she's going to share with us, apparently. She was cooking food. I'm about to roll up another Dutch. You guys. Finish this Red Bull. Yo, Iceberg, can you change that last word? Can you change that last word, bro? Can we say something else? I appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. Anybody have any final questions? Oh, chicken on the grill. That's what I'm talking about. Chicken on the grill, damn it. Shit must have been good. No cap. That shit must have been good. No cap. That shit must have been good. Hey, Wax, what you got? The pizza emoji right there, bro? What you having? Some pizza tonight, bro? You eating some pizza over there tonight? Man, this drunken monkey is some good shit. It's too bad I'm gonna be finishing up tonight. because that means I'm gonna be left with some good ass strands. I got the sour left, and I guess I got the runts left. I guess that's all I got left. I finished off the Granny Mac. I finished off the Blue Apricot, and now I'm finishing off the Drunken Monkey. You having some pizza? I actually had pizza earlier today as well. I just needed to get something quick before my stream earlier. So I went out and grabbed one of these big ass slices. And I actually got one of the deluxe joints that had like a bunch of the toppings on it. So that was cool before my stream earlier this afternoon. But as far as dinner, I took my ass over to Chipotle. Yeah, that's right. Chipotle. One of the, and it was kind of messed up because they didn't have any cheese tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was like, really? You're gonna give me some Chipotle without some cheese? Now I could have put queso on there, but I did not opt for the queso. You can all let me know if I was bugging in the chat for not using the queso instead of regular cheese. So like you can let me know about that. But yeah, I'm about to get at actually it doesn't really matter because this is actually probably going to be a members only live video. This is probably going to be a members only live video. What up, Nightman? What up, Nightman? How did they run out of cheese? It's because it was like, it wasn't that soon before they closed. I went there an hour before they closed. They closed at 10. I went there at like 9. I went there at 9 o'clock and they didn't have no cheese. I was literally about to leave. But I was like looking at the steak that they had. They just brought out some fresh steak. And I was like, all right, it looks like it is what it is. So I got a burrito, brown rice, black beans, steak, hot sauce, sour cream, lettuce. That was what was in my burrito, you guys. No corn, no tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I don't even think they had any of the mild tonight, to be honest with you guys. I got to roll something up here. You guys, because I just ran out on that L. So I got to roll something up here. But yeah, I did a live earlier this afternoon. It's only an hour and a half where I basically went over everything that was said between Gillie, Wack, and Jay Prince. So if everybody wants to check that out, you guys can check that out as well. Oh shit. All right, I'm fitting to look up this pink panties strand. How do I get a membership? It's pretty easy. Pink panties strain. Yes. Pink panties is a cross of Burmese Kush and Florida Kush. Okay. Seems like a decent bud. Let me see this. All right, you guys. I'm about to roll this L up and get up out of here tonight. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. I'm about to roll this L up. Oh, damn. Was I supposed to do all that? Let me see. I might need to get some more weed for this. I might need to grab a little bit extra weed. Let me see. Actually, maybe I could just make it kind of like a short fatty. You know what I'm saying? One of them short L's that is like fat. Let me see how much extra room I got in this thing right here. Y'all are getting the Mikey T etiquette of rolling. I'm gonna roll. Yep. Actually, man, you know, man, that's fine. Oh, damn. All I might be rolling up again tonight. Lily says it's kind of sweet. Yeah, I was reading a few things about it, Lily. I just brought it up over here in the I had brought it up over here looking through my strains. You know, you guys, everybody logging in, if we get like a members, if everybody joins as a member, we can literally do members only lives where we might actually, Lily, you are funny as hell. I set myself up for that though. But if we do like if we get a bunch of members, we could actually do members only live where people could probably log in and maybe even play their music and shit like that. That would actually be cool. So let me see. It says this strain delivers a smooth smoking experience that is citrus forward but lightly herbal on the exhale. Consumers can find value in Pink Panty's potent but functional sedation, which may help symptoms of anxiety, depression, and PTSD. What the hell? You really got to go there with it? They went there with it. Can't you just tell me how good the shit is? I'm going to go back and see if I can find better information about Pink Panties. Is Pink Panties indica or sativa? Wow, this one's saying it's 70% indica. I was leaning more towards the sativa. Let me see. What strains make Pink Panties? It's an indica leaning cross between OG Kush mother and Burmese blackberry Kush father. It's pink. What is the rarest strain? What? Wow, I didn't even ask for that one. I didn't even ask for that one, you guys. What strain is the best? I'm not looking for these really. What strains are consider? I'm not trying to find out what's the best strain. And it's not Pink Panties from what I'm reading. I mean, if Pink Panties was the best strain, then it would be actually relevant to our conversation. But no, so we're moving on. Give me information about Pink Panties. This is a very arousing strain. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. This guy says this is a very arousing strain for my wife and I. Very smooth strain with fruity notes and a high that starts off very alert and focused while also providing an enjoyable, relaxed, and mellow body feel. I give it 4.2 stars. How is he so accurate with those starring? I'm giving it 4.2. I'm giving it 4. Why isn't it just a 4? Why wouldn't it just be a 4 then? Well, it's a little bit better than a 4. You got to see. It's better than a 4. Yes. Yes, this Kush is that real shit, y'all. Oh my God. Lily, you're something else. That's great. All right, hold on. Let me see if I got some better information here on the Pink Panties and the Wiki Leaf. Pink Panties is a scandalously named strain with a mysterious backstory. It is believed to be a cross between a Burmese landrace strain and a Florida Kush plant that was then back crossed with another Florida Kush plant, the Cookie Fam, a San Francisco based group of breeders who claim responsibility for originating Girl Scout cookies, also take credit for the creation of Pink Panties. Very interesting. Because of the high representation in this strain's genetics, in addition to the Burmese Kush in its background, the parent strain Florida Kush is itself descended from none other than Hindu Kush. Pink Panties is very potent and can be especially hardy grow. Don't really know what hardy grow means, but is this information accurate, Lily, what it's saying here? Buds of pink panties are medium to large and have the dense, solid bud structure typical of indica varieties. The leaves, which coil tightly around their central stems, are a dark, mossy green. What the hell, man? I don't care about all this. You serious right now? You're giving me too much there. What do you mean iceberg? It's saying right here that Cookies takes claim for it. Well, yo, that's some actual cool information, Lily, about the Cookie Fam, a San Francisco-based group of breeders who claim responsibility for originating the Girl Scout cookies, also take credit for creating pink panties. That's actually a good note right there. Girl Scout cookies is one of the most classic strains. It can't be Cap if that's the case, Iceberg, if Girl Scout cookies is taking claim for it. Now, what am I smoking again? Oh yeah, I'm smoking Drunken Monkey. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna take shots at the name Pink Panties, but my shit is called Drunken Monkey. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? Naptown, Naptown in the spot. What's popping with you, man? Naptown up in this bitch. All right, let me light this shit up, you guys. Let me light this shit up. It's about time. It's about time I light this shit up, y'all. I still got shit to do tonight. What do you want me to ask Kiss? What do you want me to ask Kiss next time I see him? $40 bag. What's poppin', Rez? Whoa, man. Come on, man. It's too many heads. There's too many heads on one L, bro. It's too many heads on one L, bro. Come on now. It's too many heads on one L. But y'all, man, appreciate everybody for tapping in on the live tonight. I'm going to catch y'all on the next stream. I will see y'all tomorrow night. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, guys. Have a good night. All right? Peace.